Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love. Poods, I want to check in with how you're feeling right now, if that's okay. Can I?
Betrayed, bewildered.
Well, I was going to ask, like, is this feeling like, is the feeling you feel right now, is it similar to when you gave an epic Piano Cat performance, like just a night of epic proportions?
Yeah,
you were covered in lube, like you barely.
That's always a good night.
Yeah, you couldn't even like open a door handle because you were just
So you just have to lay there like a crab on its back.
Yes, your body was bruised. You were still trying to catch your breath. The pup mask was still on your face. And
no, just askew, like half off.
Oh, half off. Okay. You looked like a gay Phantom of the Opera, but a gayer, but slutty. Yes, but with a pup mask.
Fuck for me!
Fuck for me! And then you find out your cameraman didn't record it. So, but are you happy though that as Piano Cat you get to go get banged again? Do you feel that way?
That's not how I feel in doing this show again. Y'all if you've been in the universe, the Reality Gaze universe, this is Happily Ever After season 8, episode 13, part 2. The original recording of this was lost because Gary had such bad audio in Charlotte. We had a great show in Charlotte. A lot of shit happened.
It actually not even, I guess, bad audio. I just want to clarify. Not even the audio that he gave of just your microphone was great, but he was a dumbass and didn't know to record all the fucking tracks.
Well, why didn't we just put it with my voice? We didn't need yours.
Yeah. This episode, by the way, is The Liar, the Witch, and the Postnup. We're doing this again. There was for you charlatans. Is that what people from Charlotte are called? They should be though. What are you? No. I'm a charlatan.
I don't know what people from Charlotte are called. I don't know.
A charlite?
I do not know.
A charlatan. I think they should be called. I think they should be called
charlatans. That's not right.
That's great though. What are people
that means all
from?
People are fake.
Well, hey, they're charlatans. Charlottians.
Okay. Yeah, not charlatans.
I like charlatans. But, okay, so.
This is a re-record.
We're going to re-record.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find something new, but it's also going to be one of those things where we tell you what we did at the Charlotte show that we thought was a really funny bit. Also, y'all know that when we do this, what am I looking at this? Oh, when we do live shows, they're very, in a way, it's a very different content that you're getting from our audio, just our audio only shows, because a lot of times we'll plan visual bits that we'll be able to throw in with clips. We'll do more interviews, stuff that we think feels better live. And we can't do either of the bits that we did on the live show because one has to do with clips and the other is a character that I just don't know if I can replicate. It was of the moment.
It was of the moment. It was.
I came out. Well, we had an interview. I shouldn't say it was me. because I don't even know who at that point I didn't even know who I was.
How arrogant. How really
exactly.
How selfish.
We had an interview with Penelope.
We found Kobe's ex-girlfriend. We found her. Shockingly,
she had a lot to say.
She's a blonde bitch from Ohio.
From Toledo.
Apparently. From Toledo. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
So
she also has a problem where her fingers freeze when she was slipping off the audience.
Yeah. Which, by the way, because we know y'all like to see the visual, this episode is for the people on the $15 tier. This is an intimate portrait, so you can watch us do this episode.
We are in LA for
2 days.
72 hours.
Basically, just literally
Portland.
Enough time to do laundry, pack it up again, and we're off to.
I'm not unpacking. By the way, I'm not unpacking.
Okay, well that's great.
I'm just putting more stuff. I'm doing it on principle.
Sure.
I don't think anybody gives a shit.
We want to remind people. So just so you know, for our Wednesday, June 19th Portland show, we will be covering Happily Ever After episode 14, part 1. Seattle will be Happily Ever After episode 14, part 2. Friday will be Love in Paradise episode 9. And Poodle, what are we doing for Saturday in San Francisco?
It's the Bi-Curious episode. Who will know what we'll announce in a couple days, but that you will need to, if you want to vote, you will need to join RG Plus to do that. But at any level, $5, $8, or $15, you can vote. I will
do that patreon.com/realitygaze or on Supercast Reality Gaze.
Yeah. Or you can do Apple subscriptions. Wait, you can't
vote. Remember, if you're Apple, you don't get anything.
I don't know your name.
Audio. We don't know you. We can't contact you. You can't vote.
But it's fine.
Sorry.
We're very excited for those last 4 shows. We'll be announcing what we'll be doing in LA and Vegas soon. But we're 6 more shows, y'all. 6 more shows, and the Icon.
Sorry, Denver. Sorry, Philly.
Icon has Dream It tour.
It's not. I'm sorry that it's not happening right now. We recommend, if any of y'all are bummed that we didn't come to your city, maybe y'all want to take a trip to Vegas.
Come see us in Vegas. It's a great weekend. That show's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to get it because it's the end of the tour. I'm not trying not to get wasted.
Yo, you'll be because by then you already would have lost your money, so you're gonna feel bad about it. Yeah, that's why
our margins. Hashtag margins.
I booked a 9 a.m. flight the day after Vegas. I'm good because you're gonna be just. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm staying there and seeing some friends.
I'm out because Poodle's gonna be drunk, just spending money. Because you got to get at that roulette table, and it's going to draw you in.
Oh God, roulette! That's my weakness. It's really bad if I get on the blackjack table, y'all. I lose so much money at blackjack. I've won one time, and I'm still chasing that dragon.
Same.
It's bad. I used to walk around saying, "Yeah, my game's blackjack," and then after like consecutively 5 loss weekends, I'm like,
"You're like, that's not my game.
Blackjack's my game anymore."
It's like that fucking Wizard of Oz machine. I once won $1,000 on that machine, and it has taken probably $5,000 from me trying to win that back.
9 or 10.
Yeah.
Y'all use our BetterHelp code for help with gambling addiction. Maybe they do that. I don't know.
Or just therapists.
Go online and search Gamblers Anonymous.
Yeah, if you have,
if you got a problem, this is why I don't go to Vegas that much because I get really I have what they call an addictive personality.
No shit.
And but I'm excited about seeing a couple of friends, and for my vacation, but that's a good thing to bring up. We are taking a yearly vacation after this tour. We are going to be out the 30th, June 30th through the 7th. That's Sunday to Sunday. Mm-hmm. You will get some content that we'll have pre-recorded, but it won't be all of the content that you normally get. I think we're going to miss one of the Happily Ever Afters. I don't think you'll miss it.
I don't think you'll miss it, no.
Because, y'all, the season's going to keep going.
We will catch up on it on the week after. And I actually think if somebody gets confused, I think we'll make we'll make like a little 4-minute video or 4-minute podcast of that episode telling them, hey, we were on vacation this week. Sorry you didn't get an episode. So that way 2 years from 2 years from now, when somebody goes, Carl, where's episode 15? I need to know what they thought. You're going to know.
We have like these fucking fortune treasure hunters there's like one episode that we did in the past.
Yeah.
There is someone every month who asks about one episode of Before the 90 Days when we were on vacation.
Yeah. It's true.
Just follows us like just a fucking specter.
Yes.
We're on vacation. I think you're doing a staycation at home, right? I'm going to Tahoe, which is literally one of my favorite, most peaceful places in the world.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to go to Lake Tahoe and kind of do nothing completely go radio silent on social media, take my journal, do some kind of reset for the rest of the year, do some writing.
Great.
And then my gentleman friend comes in on the 4th, and then we spend a couple of days there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Gentleman friend.
Yeah. He's letting me have 4 days to myself, which I said, I'm going to need. I don't want you up there.
Well, you better bang those loggers before he gets there. God knows. Or actually, I feel like in Tahoe, you actually get fucked by real bears. Just grizzly bears. Your man, he's like, Poodle, why are they
looking for honey?
He's like, why? And I sting like a bee. Why do you have scratches on your back? It's like, it's because you're into Revenant role play.
Yeah, I was really turned on by the movie The Revenant. I just need to have that feeling again. That's kind of fucked up, but I'm sure someone does it.
Oh,
do what you love. Do what you love. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, do what you love.
All right. Let's do it.
One more thing. Plathville is coming back. Welcome to Plathville. I still can't believe is this season 6 or is it season 7? I don't even know.
Good question.
It's the new season of Welcome to Plathville. We were kind of shocked they even had one.
It's season 6.
Y'all, what I'm there for is Olivia and watching how that works. I kind of want to watch how the family, because now they're kind of quote unquote reunited.
And does it feel so good? I don't think so.
I kind of want to watch how things start to work and how fake it will seem.
Well, what's interesting? See, the thing is, I think their fakeness is going to rule out because they're very concerned how. But what I'm very interested is it's either going to work and they're just all going to live in this fakeness, or they're going to try to. It's that whole thing of, can you ever really go home again?
I think that's going to be difficult because
I don't know. There's so that religious brainwashing that really can have people just push things down. But
I still think Mama Plath, even though she's reprehensible, has done the most transgressive things. And
she is riding this ATV in that trailer like she's riding a dick.
It is, but it still feels so lesbian coded.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She'd be a great lesbian. Yeah. Just a big lesbian mouth on her.
I'm rooting for Amber this season.
Me too.
I need Amber to
more Amber content.
Yeah, we see she starts playing softball.
I didn't see that. Is that what she did?
No, I hope we see something like that.
Softball. I don't know. Listening to maybe she starts listening to Ani DeFranco.
Yes. Or at this Brandy Carlisle, she's really into her right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Who is it?
Brandy Carlisle's for everyone.
She's for everyone.
Yeah.
I just know incredible.
Ani DeFranco was the lesbian musician.
Yes.
I wonder who that is today. Who is like these younger queer women's like that? Who do they listen to?
Well,
Chapel Roan.
I don't know.
Do you know who Chapel Roan is? You have to.
I've heard that name, but I don't know
Okay.
what they sing.
Oh, the songs are amazing.
We need to move on. All right.
You would. I think you would actually. You might find it might be a little too edgy for you, but it's really good pop music. But she's so just free with sexual themes, and I think she's officially lesbian now. The songs play around with sexuality so much. It's like your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and there's a lyric that says, "Knee deep in your passenger seat, and you're eating me out." And na. It's talk about being casual. Oh, it's such a great song. You would take a listen.
Sloan Road. What's her name?
Chapel
Hill.
Roan.
Chapel Roan.
Or Rowan.
Like chaperone.
Yeah.
Like chaperone.
Chapel Roan. Rowan.
Like a charlatan. We need to move on. Y'all, it's time. Let's talk about Rob the Knob, and Sophie. Rob the Knob and Sophie.
So we got through this bit because we just did a whole thing on the live show where our first cicada translation theater where they talked about the cicadas. And we just said, fuck me, I'm gonna fuck, because that's all cicadas want to do.
They're real horny right now. They're making noise.
So, yeah, it's not as, I just realized it's really not as funny when I tell you what we did and
No,
I don't do the bit.
You were really into this idea, and as you're doing it, I'm like, this doesn't really work.
I've just vetoed it. I'm still going to do it because I'm committed to it.
You're committed to it.
So, and also the people who were at the Charlotte show, which y'all, we had a ton of VIPs there, and I know we had people because we hadn't been there before, and it was really cool to see people from where I come from, and it felt great to fly into Charlotte and go, oh, this is where I'm from.
It was great, and Veronica was there.
Oh boy,
she brought her daughter Chloe.
In every picture, Veronica was just jumping in there.
Oh, it was great. And
Security officer Tammy holding things down.
And we went out for a drink with her later, and Chloe, it was great.
I love Chloe's. I'd never met Chloe before. Obviously, Chloe's amazing.
She's an amazing
little
young
adult
woman. Well, she is. She's a really,
and of course, Veronica was woohooing as normal.
Oh well, let's be honest. You and I get woohooey when we're with Veronica.
Yeah, she
brings that out in us. Oh, we love her so much.
I made a joke. I said, oh, Veronica. I made a joke like, she has horrible taste in men, kind of like Veronica over there. and I had to apologize after. I said, that was just a bit. And she's like, no, you're right. I have horrible taste in men.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we asked her, she said, because we said, hey, if Tim wants to come, we'd love to have him. And Tim was like,
if you want me there, I'll
go
there.
Do
I need to go?
And she was like, just stay home.
So
anyway,
we had a great time in Charlotte. That's the thing about these live shows and a tour like, this is our biggest live tour. It was our big second tour. And it's exhausting on a tour, but we love meeting y'all. We love performing for y'all. So never get that twisted. If you hear us sing, sound like tired, or we look tired, which I think we both look tired today. I know I do.
Speak for yourself. I put on concealer.
Oh, I didn't. I'm raw dogging this thing.
I didn't put on concealer.
No, I've been back here in Los Angeles, and my eyes are dry because,
my eyes are dry too from flying.
Allergen, yeah.
No one gives a shit.
No one gives a fuck about this.
They want us to talk about cicadas in Austin.
No, I was just saying we love doing this, and if you haven't been to a live show, it's sometimes very different than our standard audio shows. There's a lot more production values. There's always a skit or a musical number that you don't a lot of times hear on the podcast. So there's more than you hear. So if you're thinking, I think it's really not my thing, come to this. We have not had anyone who hasn't enjoyed it yet, except for the straight man I tried to sit on his head.
Yeah, Christina actually takes out a lot of the things we say because we say things just for the live show. We have segments that are just for the live show.
Christina, take it out. Take it out.
And she does. So if you come to the live shows, you'll get a little more under the skirt.
You will. You'll get a lot
under the skirt.
I think Christina's the only reason we haven't been completely canceled.
She protects us at all costs, and that's why we love her. She's the best.
Y'all think we say some shit on here? Imagine what Christina takes out.
What Christina takes out. And She either burns it or she has it in a hard drive somewhere, and one day she's gonna fuck us over.
We need to start establishing a fund that we can pay her off.
Oh, that's probably better. Yeah.
Wait, she's got an NDA, right? How long does that NDA last?
Yeah. All right. I want to be done with Rob and Sophie.
Let's talk about Rob and Sophie. It's the next morning after
same
Rob
thing.
made Claire cry. And
did Rob make Claire cry, or was Claire there to cry?
Well,
already?
The thing about it is, and I mentioned this at the show, is when we already did the show before. Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned it? Is this was when Rob is basically Rob. She's going to bring Claire. He's going to bring Claire. She's going to bring Claire to meet Rob again, and this is bringing gasoline to basically to a firefight. It's only going to make it worse.
Honestly, the person I blame in this is Sophie. She knows better at this point. We all know that this meeting is not going to go well. But what it's about is Sophie is so fucking codependent and just people pleasing both of these people.
Yes.
Both of even later on when the mom is, we did not talk about this live, when the mom is like, when she's asking her, let me see, look at where are they doing their own shit. But because it isn't about Claire protecting Sophie to me. It feels more like Claire is wanting Sophie to herself because now she's single because she has terrible. And so it's now, that's what this is about.
It's so gross. Anyway, they are, Claire comes hobbling in with her boot and crutches. And so he's like, maybe my mom can make Rob listen. And I wrote my notes, sure, honey.
Sure, honey.
I still do really feel like that Sophie is the most unwell person on this season, and maybe the most unwell person we've had in a while. I'm constantly worried about her mental health, and I watch it deteriorate. Because that's not fun, but who cares? If you think about it, it's sad.
Don't know what to respond because there are no lies detected in what you just said.
So Rob shows up. I like just right before that, she's like, so he's like, when he shows up, I love him. I still find him attractive. And Claire's like, maybe that's only lust. Like, yes. Why? But I actually think it's not just lust. I think Sophie is doing what's familiar.
Yeah.
And also Rob has a thing where like really covert narcissists do, where they can project some type of false authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's good at that.
He's very good at that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's actually one of the reasons I like to hate him so much is he's kind of just really good at what he does as a narcissist. Yeah, gold medal narcissist.
a lot of them are, sadly.
They are he shows up, and this is already a low blow. He's like, y'all already started drinking, and he looks at Claire's thing. What's that? A Coke? Oh, that's cool. Y'all, he knows she's sober from alcohol. Doesn't drink, usually drugs. He's aware. So already low blow.
Yeah, that's like me saying, I'm better than you.
Exactly. And they talk about bugs. We're like in a jungle. And it's, of course, he's like, those cicadas. Are those frogs? You also remember that Sophie is extremely sheltered and she's
lived in the city.
23 years old.
She's 23.
And so the cicadas had a lot to say on our
They did.
On our show.
Missed it.
Now, when this was something that really disturbed me. Rob said, "Oh, here's the drinks," and Sophie says, "You know, Rob, when you're drinking, you're the life of the party. Maybe you could be drunk forever, and everything would be fine." And weirdly, it kind of hit me deep in my stomach, and I thought, in a weird world, that's kind of what she wants, because her mother was drunk or was was high or something like that. But at least you can deal with that kind of person.
No, we seek out the familiar. Whether it's healthy or unhealthy.
It was staggering to me that she said it.
It's and it's very, something traumatic usually has to happen for us to not seek out the familiar.
And she says, drunk Rob is the best. Wow.
Because he's nice. Yeah.
Y'all, the things that Sophie says that are just kind of unaware, that she says out of unawareness, are the most important things she says. It's crazy. I've never seen someone who just kind of throws off non sequiturs and I go, whoo! And it just hits me.
And so, Claire goes right in on him.
Your marriage is a train wreck.
She's like, you make her feel terrible. You use bullying, manipulation tactics. Now, the worst thing you can do is confront a narcissist because they'll never accept anything.
And they'll become a victim.
And
he's just saying clever clogs. I'd never heard the term clever clogs before. Clever clogs. You
clever
said you want to change.
And Sophie's going, Mom, it wasn't bullying. It wasn't bullying.
So she starts, this is
she's actually defending Rob, and then later she'll do it with her mom.
She'll defend the other person who's not there. So then Claire says, you make these romantic gestures, and then she gets back at you. So she shouldn't be with you. And Rob says, at the end of the day, Claire basically gave him all the power. He said, at the end of the day, it's not your decision. And he's right. And we all have to side with Rob at that point. And that's awful.
And just to give you to talk about the sympathy that both of these narcissists of Claire and Rob want, is Claire immediately says to that, she's like, well, I'm not sitting back. If her dad was around, he would be here, but I have to do that because she has no father and I'm all that she has and the only person that's ever loved Sophie truly.
It's a narcissist off.
Yes, that's basically what she's. It's really about if y'all watch this, think about not what Rob and Claire are communicating to each other. Think about what they are communicating to Sophie.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's really gross.
I think this storyline has been the most informative about two things: narcissism and growing up with someone who is an addict, or especially or in recovery, and what they do. Very informative. Mm-hmm. And so later on, and of course she said about the dad, and she's like, "Well, I don't know how many good men you've ever been around." Zing. Ooh, how do you know what a decent guy is? That's actually closer to being true than probably none of us want to believe.
And that's where she's like, you're the biggest gaslighting twat. Which I enjoyed hearing her say these things to him. Yeah. But Rob immediately is like, what the fuck? It does. Yeah. He was like, he says, it's all about Claire is trying to convince her that I'm the manipulative one. Yeah. Claire runs off and she's sobbing. Sophie's running after her mom.
Yep. Remember, y'all, this kind of stuff with a narcissist just gives them more leverage. Fighting, accusing. The only thing that incapacitates a narcissist is boundaries. They can't handle it.
Well, and non-emotion. Talking to them without emotion at all. Oh. Dr. Ramani, y'all watch her. She's great. But
that's a form of boundaries. That's what I'm basically
saying. Yeah. No, but I mean, that's just a specific. It's funny, or not funny, but it's how Sophie's initial response she says this to Claire and she says this to Rob, is you have to be careful what you say. And I thought she kept saying, you've got to watch what you say to
both people.
And it's interesting to me that when you can tell that she is always watching and thinking about and rethinking about what she's going to say before she says it, because she's so scared of upsetting someone when she says something.
Yep.
That is a very anxious place to live in.
Yep. Trust me. Lived in it for a long time.
Yeah.
Now I don't give a fuck now.
We wish them the best.
Yeah. Emily and Kobe.
Let's talk about Emily and Kobe. There's not much.
Oh no, she bought a friend.
Oh, it's a friend. It's a friend. It's a friend. No.
So I want to know. I was off.
It
stage
reminded me of being in a gay club with you, where it would be like people go, "Oh God, there's Robert, and I fucked his boyfriend Mark."
You're like,
and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "They're coming. And then they walk by, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just kidding. I haven't fucked them." And then you go and fuck them.
It's dark in gay clubs. To be fair,
it's true.
And all gay guys look alike.
So, Emily, I understand what it felt like.
They're all wearing the same shit.
They are. Black V-necks or a tank top.
You just go out there. I swear to God, we went to Boys Town in Chicago. Every single boy was hot that was wearing like kind of cute, small, short khaki shorts. It was standard issue.
True.
And we had them on too.
True.
Anyway, so that's not her. And Emily, he's like, why are we here? And he's like, I want to find out my husband lied to me. And my thing is, you got what you want. You got the guy. I still don't know why we're here. Why do you think she wanted to go?
I think the whole thing's fake.
Okay. So, yeah, I could see that.
I don't think Emily actually gives a flying fuck. I think they don't have problems, and they thought this storyline of the bride price and all that would be way more dramatic.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd expected her dad, David, to be like, well, when in Cameroon, just do what and they're like, oh, fuck, we need more story.
Do you not find a little truth in her phrasing when she says, I want to leave here with an answer. Were you not single when you met me? I think it's an ego thing.
Possibly, but I really feel like she probably doesn't really fucking care about it.
But I'm saying...
But I think there's truth in like that she, the part of her does feel that.
So, and so basically what Kobe says here, you guys, is, was it a bad breakup? Or Emily says, was it a bad breakup? And he's just not really forthcoming about it. He's like, you're doing everything possible to ruin the moment. We're literally getting married in a couple days. And she's like, I never asked you who you slept with before me. And I thought that would shut her down. Nope. She took that hit and she kept going. And then one point Emily's like, I kind of feel bad for her. I'm like, no, you don't. You want to rip her eyes out.
I don't think she feels bad for her.
No,
She's
absolutely
like, oh my God,
not.
she was cheated on by Kobe. I mean, as Kobe said, he's like, I was having the best time ever. I was seeing he was young. He was in his early or mid 20s. He was an underwear model, and he was just
in a different country.
Doing what underwear models do or fuck people. And I'm sorry, if Kobe had a girlfriend in Cameroon and she believed her underwear model boyfriend wasn't going to fuck other women, then you a dumb bitch.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Like you know better.
Boom.
I don't care if a man told me he loved me, he was committed to me. If I knew he was an underwear model, I'd be like, yeah, you're going to fuck.
So what he does say is, listen, when you got pregnant, I texted her and told her my life had just basically, I'd begun a different chapter in my life. And so she responds, well, I just want to make sure that when you fell in love with me, it was with your whole heart and not belonging to someone else. And I was like, that is such a weird thing to say.
That is a lot of people feel like, again, people think, well, you can't love two people at the same time. That's not true.
It's very much not true. I've loved so many people at the same time.
I know you have.
5 at least at the same time. It depends on what you call love. But
there's an idea, I think, especially in a Western, that you like one true love, and that's the person
and the
who
whole
owns
heart belongs. Yeah. I just don't understand why this is any of her business. Like at this point.
It's not. It's before her.
Yeah. And he says, and Kobe says, I was not in love with her. And he says, do you think that I love you? Again, you're trying to ruin the moment. And then she does this one thing where he's getting upset. She's like, you're the one getting upset. And it's the gaslighting. And that's when I went, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Aren't you slightly aware of how you're being on camera? And from the first season, I don't know if she is.
I think the first season, I think she's more aware now.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. Is she aware of that? Is she playing that? Or
and he's like, are you okay? And he's like, well, I'm a little betrayed. And this phrase drives me up the wall. It took me getting knocked up to get your girlfriend out of the picture. And I wrote down, it seems like by saying knocked up, it seems like you're taking no responsibility in the fact that you got pregnant.
Yeah.
He knocked you up. You didn't have sex without protection.
Y'all got pregnant
You both
together.
got pregnant together.
Pregnant together. But I also wrote to that when she was like, wow, I had to get knocked up for you letting her go. And I went, welcome to men. That's what men do. Underwear models, of course. Like, you know what I mean? I know so many. My brother was one of those guys who was like a playboy. Like, and then he was dating my sister-in-law for like 3 months.
Your
she
brother
got
was an underwear model?
He was, yeah. He could have been.
I
I was just going to say, like, he changed. I just felt a little like she is not living on the same planet as the rest of us.
Can I clarify? I think it's even worse than that. She says she's betrayed because it took her getting, quote, knocked up. In other words, he had not broken up with her and his heart had not mended itself. And then he saw another, and then it made his heart thaw again. It just is so completely self-centered.
This is like self-centered romanticism.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah. I'm hoping this is made up. I think she probably has this in her. I think she probably accesses it. She's not as bad as her first season by any means. I still find her kind of insufferable. I know you like her.
I do like her.
But
I like her a lot.
I still find her pretty insufferable.
I feel like my gut tells me that this all is 100% an act.
I agree. But
we'll see.
I think it kind of has to be there.
Yeah.
Some of the feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As Reba says, the heart is a lonely hunter with only one desire.
Also a Carson McCullers novel, which I think probably Reba's song came from.
Never heard of him.
It's a woman.
Never heard of her. Carson? Her name's Carson?
Yeah.
I've never met a woman named Carson.
Southern writer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a pretty name for a lady. I like it.
That's such a weird thing to say. That's a pretty name for a lady.
It is.
That's a great outtake, by the way. If you were a Southern lit person and you just heard him say, "That's I don't know who that is. I don't know who he is," and I'm like, "It's a woman." You bursted out at your desk.
You did.
You got Flannery O'Connor on your shelves, Faulkner, and Carson McCullers beside it. Maybe some Eudora Welty. You don't know who it is. You know
Faulkner. Yeah.
Southern. You would actually love Southern literature. It's very diverse and also evocative, and it's dealing with like post-Civil War feelings, racism. It's a very interesting genre. Yeah,
but Faulkner wasn't gay, was he?
No, not far as I know.
All right, let's do this. Last
Gino
couple
and Jasmine.
Gino's and Jasmine. Gino, I noticed you are very bad at parking.
Yes, I am.
In Panama, you would never survive the parking.
Y'all, and at this point, you know, Gino's just like, I know. And like, he's stopped finding it funny.
He's already in a bad mood because he's got to buy a washer.
I'd be in a bad mood too. They're at Big George's. I love it when they put big in front of any name, and it is definitely an appliance store.
You wouldn't like it if it said Big Jake's or Big Poodle.
Yeah, I'd have a problem with that. I'd have a problem with that. It's like when they put over the marquee for Gypsy, they went, Broadway's biggest star for Patti LuPone, and she said, you'll take that down.
Did she really?
Yeah. They had to change the marquee.
Wow.
Oh.
She's like, did you just call me fat? Wow.
Exactly. Imagine doing that to Patti LuPone. Stop taking pictures.
She's
Stop taking pictures. Anyway, so Gino's washing machine broke down after 20. As he said, my washing machine, and Jasmine goes, our washing machine.
This is true.
We showed this clip. It was very funny.
It was very funny. And she says their washer dryer broke down. She's like, we smell like wet dogs all the time, which is I understand. I hate that smell.
Yeah. Y'all, he had his washer for 23 years.
Look, this is going to make me sound old, but I feel like things were made to last long because we had the same washer and dryer my entire 28, from when I was a little kid until I left, and I was raised in the same home till I was 18 years old.
How do you know that? Like, did you keep track of whether your mother changed out the washer dryer?
I just know. I remember the laundry room, and it was the same washer and dryer. It was like brown. I remember it had like fake wood panel thing on it. We used those for almost 20 years.
That's a really long-lived appliance. No, my mother got a new one. I feel like my mother got a new one about every 5 or 6 years.
I don't think. I don't know. It just seems like.
But my mother would say, all I do is do laundry. I'm everyone's servant around here.
Wow. Wow.
And she would sometimes, if change was in our pockets, she was like, that's for the washerwoman. I'm taking it. It's mine.
Go to betterhelp.com/realitygaze. Use that code, everybody. But don't be a agitator to your children.
I need to find one with an agitator. And y'all, Jasmine can't even understand.
She's like, huh?
What that is. And he's like, I need an agitator. I did my research. And she's like, so you become a cleaning expert in this. She's like, you're such a fucking nerd.
It's peak Gino and Jasmine.
It really is interesting because this is how they kind of talk to each other, and somehow it works.
Oh, yeah, because they're so different.
Yeah. So, y'all, they get one for $500.
Well, he sees one. We don't know what they buy.
Yeah.
And Jasmine's like, okay. And finally she brings up, it just feels like it's not fair that we're buying this and you haven't paid for the pageant. But we get a flashback that Gino talked to Uncle Marco. And Uncle Marco said, let her go to the pageant so she can't use it.
Be the bigger person.
And he said she can't use it to start a fight. Yes, she gave up everything.
Y'all, that is a great reason to do something.
Yes.
Let another person have something so they can't bring it up.
That's a Mar thing to do. That is a Mar thing to do.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, I would do it.
Oh.
And so he tells her, but the thing is, he does act like, well, I decided to pay for that. And he does want oh my God, thank you, Gino. And I thought, no, you should pay for that because you already went down to Florida, did the pageant thing, and told Jasmine she should do it. So just pay for it the way like you pay a grocery bill. She should not be on her. That's what all this is really about. Is Jasmine is over this. Yeah. I need to just prostrate myself and genuflect to you constantly.
You know what it is too, I think? He's still worried about the edit. But seeing himself on the edit, see his first season, first and second seasons, where she basically treated him like shit. And
I think he's still
respond.
I think he's still bitter about that. Yeah,
and I think he's still resentful about it. And I think if she asked him, he would say that.
I agree.
Yeah, and he would that's when she said, you emasculated you, and she's actually doing better because one of her things is she does say extremely hurtful things.
She does.
And he, of course, has learned to say hurtful things just right back. And that, and weirdly, for him, it kind of bounces off and he won't show he's hurt. For her, it destroys her when he says something mean to her.
Yeah, it does.
And it's a different effect. And they're not ready. Neither of them are ready for it. So later on, Gino says, I just want to make sure you give me credit. And not say, before I want to say this. He pays the pageant fee. We said that before. Gino says, I have some expectations. Don't start arguments, which feels like a quid pro quo, which is never good to do, y'all.
Mm-mm.
Saying, and these are the things I want from it. It's like we say with friends and family, don't loan people things. Don't have attachments to things. It's always going to bite you in the ass. Just give them the money.
Jasmine says, I don't start arguments. I don't know if that's true, but she does say but it always takes your family to convince you to listen to me. And that is true. And so I think where he feels she's saying hurtful things to him, but he never really, I think for Jasmine, this is about, she feels that Gino doesn't treat her as an intellectual and emotional equal.
True. It's true.
That doesn't feel equal.
And so later on, he says, I just want to make sure you give me credit. And she says, a real man doesn't throw it in my face and is a provider, which is hurtful. And she's aware it's going to hurt him. And he says, well, real woman, it's calm, gentle, and not argumentative and bitchy. And Jasmine goes, well, so what are you doing with me then?
Be very careful of what you say. Because she says, this is how you train dogs. I am not a dog. He is not bald. He's a bald man. Oh, that was a great one.
And they are a different race of people altogether. Anyway, that's where we are.
And on that,
that's the show.
That's the redo, y'all. We're done. We're closing this out quickly because I got to go to a show and we're doing this again anyway. So go to realitygaze.com to find out all the stuff about us for Patreon. If you want to vote, go to realitygaze.com/Patreon, or you can go to Supercast, or you can join on Apple subscriptions. And we come see us in Vegas, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver. We've still got 6 more. LA. We got 6 more dates for you to see Poodle's creamy shoulders.
And a lot more on my body, usually. More. So, I think the Charlotte audience saw my underwear, and I wish I'd worn better underwear that night.
They had holes in them.
No!
They did. They were that cheap Amazon underwear you buy. Yeah. On that note... Y'all, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yes, and if you ever looked for a washing machine with an agitator, you can call us.
Call us. I'm an agitator.
I know it was called that.